Now we shall discuss the second chapter of Unit 1, that is biological classification. First, what is biological classification? It is a scientific method to arrange the livings in different categories on the basis of similarities and dissimilarities. Means on the basis of their characters, which one is same and which one is different. On this we arrange, that is known as classification. Now what is the importance of the classification? Because it is not possible to study each livings. We know that about 1.7 to 1.8 million livings has it identified, and a study of each one is not possible. So after the classification, by study one or two members of any group, we can know the essential features of all others of that group. So by studying one or two, we can know about the features of the other members in that group. Next, help in the identification of this classification help in the identification of new livings which are discovered now. So by the help of classification, we can identify those livings which are yet under discovered. And next one, the classification shows the relationship between different categories. Means we can, by the classification, we can also able to know what's the relations between the other groups of the other groups. What's the relation between the one category to others. Now types of classifications, and that is of three types. First one is artificial system of classification. Artificial system of classification. Second one, natural system of classification. And third one, phylogenetic system of classifications. These three classifications are given. First one, we shall discuss the artificial system of classification. Artificial system of classification. This classification is based on one or two morphological characters. Means this is based on only one or two morphological characters. The name of those scientists who come under this system, first one is Aristotle. He divides the living into plants and animals. Plants and animals. Under plants, he kept herbs, shrub and tree. And under animals, he kept Enaima and Anaima. In the Enaima, whose blood contain RBC, and in Anaima, whose blood does not contain RBC. Means whose blood is red, that is Enaima, whose blood is not red, that is Anaima. Second scientist also entered in that, Linnaeus. He classified the plants into monoderous, diandrous, triandrous, tetraandrous, like on the basis of number of stamens. If the stamen is 2, that is monoandrous. If the stamen is 1, that is monoandrous. If the stamen is 2, that is diandrous. Mono means 1, having 1 androecium means having 1 stamen. Diandrous, di means 2, having 2 androecium means 2 stamens. Triandrous, like that. Similarly, in that way, he divided up to 24. In such classification, we study the comparable natural characters like natural similarities and natural similarities, dissimilarities, and relationship. So on the space, this is the based on the natural characters. So the name is given natural system of classification, and that is proposed by the Bentham and Hooker. So by the scientist Bentham and Hooker, this system is proposed. He mainly studied the natural characters, that is similarities, dissimilarities, and what's the relation naturally. On that basis, he classified, and which is called natural system of classification. Now next one, phylogenetic classification. Phylogenetic system of classification. This is the important classification because it is based on the evolutionary relationship of the livings, means which came first on the land and which after that in that position according to the evolutionary tendency this phylogenetic system is based. So it is known as phylogenetic system classification, and in this the scientists are Hutchinson and Engler and Prantls. They focused in mainly the evolutionary relationship, so it is called phylogenetic relationship. So these are the systems and classification. First one is artificial system of classification, second one natural, and third one phylogenetic system of classification. And now the depending on such classification, livings are classified into following kingdoms. Now, two kingdom classification that was proposed by Carolus Linnaeus. He divided the living into one is plantae and next one is animalia, based on the presence and absence of cell wall. If the cell wall is present, that is plantae. If the cell wall is absent, that is animalia. But there is no any position of eukaryotes and prokaryotes. So next one is three kingdom classification. That was given by Ernest Haeckel. He used and he added another kingdom that is known as Protista, means that is eukaryotic unicellular. Next one plantae, and finally animalia. So three systems are given, kingdoms are given. One is Protista, next one is plantae, and third one is animalia. Now the four kingdom classification. That is given by Copland, and he add the another one is another kingdom that is known as Monera. So now Monera, Protista, plantae and animalia. So in this way he divides this one, and this one in this Monera he keeps the prokaryotes. Next one, 5 kingdom classification, which we use now. 5 kingdom classification that is given by now 5 kingdom classification. The system, the classification was proposed by Whittaker, and he for the first time add fungi in the classification, and according to that, this is Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So in that way, the 5 kingdom classification came to exist. That is, and which we now we study this classification, that is Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Although this Monera is subdivided into two, one is Archaebacteria and next one is Eubacteria, and which the scientist who considered these two subdivisions as a separate kingdom, and according to this becomes 6 kingdom classification. Means Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. But we follow this one, not this. So in that way, 2 kingdom, Plantae, Animalia, 3 kingdom, Protista, Plantae, Animalia, 4 kingdom given by Copeland, Monera, Protista, Plantae, and Animalia, and 5 kingdom that is given by Whittaker in 1959, that is Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia.